Hi guys, in this video today I'm going to be talking through and playing you the We Will Rock You track that is on YouTube and will be shared with you in Classroom. As you can see behind me here on my screen, I've got up the key, as we'll call it, for basically for how to read the notation. And I'll go through that very quickly with you in a second, just to give you a refresher, because I know we've done that during the lesson. And then what I'll do is sort of chop down the piece into like 3 sections. I'm just making a whole video of the whole piece at the moment. So if we've only done the first 3 sections, which is about up to 36 seconds, I believe, please don't go any further, like stop there. If you've done the next section, then stop there. If you've done the whole thing, great, do the whole thing. But please don't go ahead further than you've done in your lesson. So I'm just going to scoot back over here. Hopefully you can still hear and see me. So as we can see, we've got the kick drum, which is also your bass drum. So that's this one down here on the floor. That's going to be orange anytime you need it. The snare drum, obviously this one here, that floats about up in the middle. It's red anytime we need it. Tom 1, Tom 2, Tom 3. Although in this piece we really only need Tom 3, but this will be 1, 2, 3 down at the bottom there, high on the floor. The blue one, Tom 2, or a mid tom or low tom, whatever you call it. It's the only one that goes through a line. Okay, so you can see that all the notes are between the spaces apart from the tom. It's the only one that is through a line. Okay, then we've got our cymbals, hi-hat, ride and crash. The cymbals are X's, whereas the drums are solid dots. Hi-hat is on top, that's your hi-hats here. On top of the line, the ride, obviously the big one over there in the corner. Your ride at school might be hovering about up here, my one's just right over there. So ride is the only one through the line there, and the crash, that's these two. Again, the kit you're having your lessons on in school might have 1 crash, might have 2, you might have 2 at home, or 1 at home, or none at home. Anyway, basically that's your crashes there up on their own line there. And we won't need the ride in this piece, you will need the hi-hat eventually, and you will need the crash, so that's the only things to remember. Now, if I press play here and we skip ahead just a wee bit, I'm going to pause it at the first instance of notes, right? So I don't think the colours are showing up very well on my screen here in this first bar. They're a bit dull on the video as well anyway. But we can see the main pattern, we've got bass drum, snare, right? So that is just bump, bump, yeah, like that. Now, if you are doing this piece and you don't have a drum kit at home to practice on, you can always just stamp your foot and use your thigh with your right hand. Yeah, because that's going to be your snare hand. Of course, you might have a drum pad. If I've given one of them out to you, if you want to put that on a table or on a sofa, or if you want to sit on a bed and have it on your lap, I'll grab a pad. And basically, this is what you could do as well. If you had a wee table, and it is remember it's your right hand you're going to use for your snare, you could follow the pattern like that, okay? Easy peasy, okay? You can do that on the table. Okay, as long as to begin with, it's your right hand that we're using, yeah? You could use your left if you want. You're going to swap to your left when the floor tom comes in. That's in the next section. If you've not got that far, don't worry. And we'll get to that bit in a second. Anyway, you could do this at home. So we've got bass, snare. Now everyone knows we will rock you. So everyone knows the rhythm of We Will Rock You. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, so that's what we've got to begin with. Okay, and then obviously that just continues right up to, like I said, that's the first section up to about 35, 36 seconds. Around 36 is where the floor tom comes in, and it is the same rhythm again. If we've not worked up to that point though, don't worry, and I'm going to break this down. And then the next section would be where we've got the fill after the crash. That's around 56 seconds. and that takes you right to the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop onto the kit. I'm going to leave this stuff here because between each section I'll break it down. Anyway, I'm going to press play, I'll hop onto the kit, and we'll take it from there, okay? So here's my thing come up, okay? So we're going to go okay, that's us up to there. Stop that there. Yeah, so fairly simple, fairly straightforward, okay? If you wanted to practice that a little bit slower, if you're brand new to learning notation and you're not used to the speed, click on the little settings button down here. You can change your playback speed to 0.75 if you want. If you want to try it at normal, that's fine. Now this next section here that I was talking about, the floor tom comes into it. We're still playing the same rhythm, okay? Still 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or 1 and 2, 3 and 4, depending on how you want to count it. However, this time we've got the floor tom playing with the bass drum. This is where your left hand shifts to be in your snare hand. Your right hand will have to be your floor tom. Now again, if you've only got your pad, you probably need to use like the table or the side of the sofa, yeah? But basically, your right hand follows your right foot. Like that, okay? Or whatever you've got that's going to help you out at home. Now, I'm going to see if I can turn the volume up on this just a wee bit. So we can hear it over my drums. Okay, that seems a bit better. So, I'm going to head over to the kit and we're going to look at the next section. Okay, so I'm gonna let it play from midway through and I'll see you in the kit. Singing, we will rock you. Okay, so here we come with the floor tom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. Okay, so at that point there, that's where we bridge the gap between the first section and the second section and the last section. Okay, so we've got this crash, rest, and then it's a 1, 2, 3, yeah? Or if you're counting it, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and that's your fill pattern here. So crash is green, crash and bass together, a rest for 1 beat, and then your snare fill. Da, 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 da. Okay? Now, after that, we go into the groove, okay? Which is where the hi-hat comes in. So again, if you've not done up to this section, if we've not done the hi-hat, stop watching now. This is the last section. So we start to play what's a normal rock groove, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, except we're playing 2 bass drums. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So you still do the bump, bump, bap, bump, bump, bap, but we've got our hi-hat filling in all the blanks. Now, we're going to play that groove a number of times. However, every now and again, it will change. So you can see here, we're going bass, bass with the hi-hat, and then snare with a crash, and then the same again. So it's like bump, bump, crash, bump, bump, crash. Okay? That appears once, and then we go back to the normal, and then again we've got a different variation where we're doing a bit of both. So the normal one for half, so bump, bump, pat, with the extra hi-hat, and then the last one is bump, bump, crash, okay? And then we go back to the normal one again, and then on the very last one, we're going, again the normal, bump, bump, pat, and then the last one is bump, bump, Okay, that's your hi-hat as well. So you're going bass, bass, snare, and bass, snare, snare. Okay, for that ending. It's a little bit tricky because we come out of that normal groove and change it every now and again. Now again, if you only have your pad, you'll have to use table or something else as your hi-hat. But it's however you're practicing your normal groove, that's how you would do this. If you've got the full kit, we'll jump on in a second and you can see it from there. Okay, so I'm going to press play and we will basically hop onto the kit and jump in at the crash and the fill. Okay?
We'll rock you.
So we go for the crash, 2, 3, 4. Coming up for the crash. Here we go. Back in. Half and half. Ending. Okay. And that's it. That's the whole piece. So like I said, if you have been learning this in your lesson, if you've got up to the very end of the video and you've only been doing section A in your lesson or section B for that first 2 sections, you've not gone to the hi-hat bit, you shouldn't be here, okay? Please don't try and do this. But hopefully this has helped you, whatever section you're on, hopefully this has helped you out. And like I say, if you've got the kit, if you've only got a pad, whatever you've got at home to help you out with this, I'm sure you'll do well practicing. It's a very simple song to start with to get you into reading, and I look forward to hearing it in your lessons next week. Okay, thank you, bye-bye.